Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Simulation Soccer League. I am Laser, joined today by.
Hello everyone. We are here for Division 2 Matchday 5 for this edition, and it has been a very interesting first full match day so far. We've seen two teams kind of race out to the front of the field with Paddy and Seoul both currently at the front of the pack, but can't forget that Montreal currently are unbeaten and Inter London also sit not far off of them. So lot can still change with this, especially given this first matchup we have here. The unbeaten Seoul taking on the only team that has been in that spot, but also taking that loss. Seoul with the highest goal differential in the league at plus 12. Of course, Montreal only having conceded 2 goals. It's pretty much a case of best offense versus best defense with its opener.
Yeah, I think for sure. Seoul has had, I think their first couple of match days were two of the biggest explosions of offense we've seen so far. And Montreal has had Brian Duke on an absolute. He's been without a doubt the best keeper in the league. Or not, sorry, not Brian Duke. Adam Rage,
Yes.
former and present.
Yep.
But yeah,
That'll be an
yeah,
interesting duel as well.
yeah.
Rage and Neuer, who are both in the top 3 in goals conceded. Of course, Neuer yet to have a shot at Vassar, has only allowed 1 goal a game, so I think Seoul will probably be thinking in this, if they can score 2 against Adam Rage, who's only conceded 2 thus far this season, that will be the way to victory in this one. But still have to wait and see on that one, but getting underway shortly. Of course, we do have our other matchups we'll just preview as we go through. 4-2-2-2 here for Seoul, with was pretty much 6 backs. Those backline midfielders, and Montreal electing for the 4-2-3-1. Of course, Lachlan O'Rourke, usually the man up front playing in that central attacking midfielder role.
Yeah, and I wonder if that has to do with trying to get that offense jump started a little bit. Only 2 goals is not something that is particularly good. That's a half a goal a game, and you're not going to go up on a half a goal a game. As we get underway here. And it will be Seoul starting out in our first highlight. Nope, it will be Montreal. And Montreal, they work with a great dribble all the way to the middle, but does not do anything. Shoots off of a Seoul player. And Hugh Mann back up in that striker position. He has excelled so far this season. Poor turnover off the post. Opportunity wasted there for Hugh Mann. Sloppy play by Montreal, but couldn't take advantage of it. And now on the attack again, a great through ball from Danny Paul to Mann, and Rage makes the stop, and they'll roll out for a corner.
Yeah, 2 early chances there. Rage, I think, was able to turn that first opportunity onto the post.
But did he block it for okay?
That's what I thought had happened at least. It might have just taken the rebound off of that, but either way, just a poor giveaway there from Cinnamon after making the takeaway on that through ball and just gave him a prime opportunity to score here. But if they look again.
Luisi making a dribble, can't do anything with it, back to Ryan, into Paul. And Paul with a curling shot from beyond the arc that is just a bit wide. Or high, excuse me. Yeah, Montreal is really thriving off of the long ball here early. As here's Schwarzwälder forward to Aloisi. Great through ball. Shoots, and Rage gets a hand to it. All the way out for a corner. And Mann's corner doesn't go anywhere. Recycled by Schwarzwälder up to Kennedy. Kennedy been one of the best players for Seoul so far this season. I believe their second highest average match rating, I want to say, and I think he has 6 or 7 assists.
Yeah, well, if you're racking up those assists, that'll usually come up on that match rating list. Been something that I feel like they've been excelling at so far, and it's why Baraka Aloisi thus far has been the leader in goals and a runaway leader at that. Might be looking to him as to be the strike team in this one, but now a chance to Paul!
Oh, wow. What a goal. And Mann with the assist this time, rather than the goal, over to Danny Paul, and that's just a beauty.
Yeah, got himself a lot of open real estate here. just see him playing off that right of Calavera and just making a little dash there. The center line wasn't there for him. Wartooth tried to cover, but no avail. Just picked a perfect gap in that center right position. And a beautiful shot there. Got right past Rage. Could not do much about it. And that will mean an early lead for Seoul. It does seem like there has been a bit of an issue for Leon Ryan, but he will be, looks like he'll be keeping in so far. That will see us to halftime. Seoul taking the 1-0 lead into the break with that goal.
Yeah, that was, like you said, there's not a lot you can do on a goal like that. And given the XG, it's also deserved. Adam Rage did make some very good saves and some very near misses from Seoul's side. So I think a 1-0 lead headed into this is very fair. We haven't really seen any shots from Montreal so far. They have struggled so far in this match, which only leads back to their their goal scoring woes. But I think that if they're going to have to do something different if they want to get back into this match, because as it stands, they don't. It's going to be they're going to need to attack on the counter, basically.
Yeah, and I feel like that might just have something to do with how Seoul is playing because they're playing that 4-2-2-2 with those backlying midfielders. That's pretty much causing a lot of difficulty to get down those flanks and means that those wide attacking midfielders really cannot do much against it. They do have one change here. Rafael Ramos on for Mark Spoon. Yeah, that's been, I feel like, the key for them. And have Liam Ryan on that left edge, and I believe it's Gunnar Kennedy on the right edge that have basically been the stalwarts that have meant Montreal hasn't had a chance to get through, but they might here.
Here's Pedersen attempted a cross in, but Cole Mertz was there first, and Leaf Fist will turn it into a quick counter. No, he won't. Montreal again. Vaffel to Noodle to put Nesca. Ramos takes it, and O'Rourke. An ambitious effort from about as far out as Danny Paul, but not as accurate with his shot.
Yeah, a lot more bodies in the way there to try and make deflections or just block it, really. And
Yeah,
as a result, he really just had like a small area to aim for, didn't really have much choice, and try to put it into that top left corner just wasn't to be.
and here's Kennedy on the opposite end, covered by O'Rourke. Pass back to Fist. It bounces off of Allard, and it will be Cole Mertz coming up to collect. And that is a through ball for Mann, and that is in off of the post. And that is a goal that Adam Rage cannot do a thing about.
Yep, Aloisi at the receiving end of it. And really, this is just an incredible play in here from Cole Mertz. He won't get on the score sheet with it, but it's a beautiful created chance here. Hugh Mann just floats in there. I think it took maybe a deflection off of the back foot of Adam Rage and just into the air, trying to cut off that angle. Here's another look at it. And it's Cinnamon who was just retreating.
Yeah, I think it bounced off of the post and then off of Rage's back and then in for Aloisi.
Yeah, that seemed like it was the case. Didn't really quite have the angle from anything that we were shown there, especially from that reverse, but perhaps that will be a bit more of a hockey goal than anything else, and I'll still put them up 2-0 as a chance there goes wide.
Yeah, Noodle had an opportunity, but just outside, and now Montreal is going to be hard-pressed to get back into it at this point if they continue to struggle in front of goal. Only one shot on target, and only about 20 minutes left to get onto the score sheet. Cinnamon does pick up a yellow, and we will have an opportunity for Montreal here. Into Putnesca to Calavera, over to Wartooth. That's a hard-hit ball from Wartooth, but Ramos reads it better than does the teammate. And now Seoul content to wait for something to open. Completely misreads that. Play a turnover back and forth, and now it's going to be Wartooth getting into the box and shooting from distance, the center back. And it is high.
Yeah, another person that I would really be trusting to try and make a finish there, Tokyo Wartooth, but here's a chance now for Paul.
And Paul is blocked by Adam Rage. That was a great pass, or clearance, really, by Manuel Neuer, and just the central defender there for Montreal just missed the header, and that very nearly was a free goal for Danny Paul. And now it's another opportunity. Man over for Kennedy. Kennedy to the line, cross put in, and headed away by Cinnamon. And now Noodle, that looked as though it may have been offside, but I suppose not. And here's Paul with another opportunity, and he just whiffs this time.
Yeah, I
He
think he tried to go
misclicked
weak
that
foot on
field
that
goal.
maybe, or might have just caught the outside of a boot.
Yeah, something weird happened with that. That did not look like it, at the very least, it didn't come off the foot clean. Now another opportunity. It's Paul has Aloisi in the middle, gives it to Kennedy on the near side, who takes it to the line, in for fist, cross put in, and that is a goal for Danny Paul. Just excellently worked by Seoul to open that up, and that they will go up 3-0.
Yeah, that was very quick work and absolutely the goal that would see Seoul through in this one. Kennedy just played it back in for Lee Fist rushing up and just went across the face of everyone there. And Danny Paul was perfectly positioned just to put that one through the left boot. And Bert's there to give Seoul that 3-0 lead that seems insurmountable with so little time left. All he looks to preserve a Neuer clean sheet as Calavera's shot is saved.
Yeah, that's Montreal struggled to put a shot on target all day. That's only their second one, the one we just saw there. And if you put less shots on target than your opponent scores goals, then that's a not great, is what we'll say.
Yep.
As we
Yeah.
get into the final moments, it might be 4, but Rage comes out to pick it up.
Felt like we didn't see enough of a build up there for that to really be thinking to myself, yeah, this one's going in.
Yeah, it's always Allard takes a risky chance that doesn't go anywhere, and that's probably going to take us to the end of the match. And there it is. 3-0, Seoul takes the victory over Montreal. I mean, Seoul had a fantastic game. I think that the XG for Montreal is a little bit misleading. I think that it should be a little lower than that. It's just by pure volume of shots. We didn't really see any opportunities from Montreal, unfortunately, but Adam Rage has now more than doubled his number of goals allowed, which even that is a massive achievement. But
Yeah, that was the main thing I felt. Just all of the shots that Montreal had attempted, just they weren't really threatening at all to Manuel Neuer. And I think as a result, they just weren't able to do very much with it and just kind of had to shake their heads and move on to the next one. Their first defeat they've suffered in Division 2 so far will likely see them drop below a few of these other teams, but still have to wait and see on that with Schwarzwälder and Red Star still to play. Of course, Red Star would need a massive win in order to get themselves over top, but still have Paddy and Kaapstad now. And while we were kind of in the pregame before this broadcast started, you said you think this is going to be an absolute bloodbath. But where do you think that's going to be coming from in this?
uh, how do you mean? You said where or who?
Both. Either one really applies. Is it coming from Paddy and who on Paddy? Is it coming from Kaapstad? Who on Kaapstad?
Well, Kapstad has, I believe they have only scored 2 goals in league play, or maybe just 1 goal in league play. So they have mightily struggled. Their goalkeeper, Dexter Hall, is one of the best in the league. He has allowed 8 goals, but he has not had a huge amount of help from his defense. And the Capside attack it has struggled to get rolling so far this season. So playing against the 4-3-3 of AS Paris with Papadopoulos up top, I don't really think that this is going to be one. Oh dear.
Oh, what is that? Is that a 3-3-4?
I Yes? A 4-2-4 maybe?
That doesn't
That's
look like
probably an
that
anchor.
4 is a straight 4.
No, that's oh, this might be real bad.
Yeah, Kaapstad appear to be playing like they were still a part of. Well, I'm going to need to brush up on my history here, aren't I?
Yeah, I mean, just the crossing capability of Alistair and Cortez when you only have three central defenders, you don't have anyone out wide except on the attack, as that's nearly the first one for Papadopoulos, but nothing doing. If you're just relying on those three in the center, you're leaving the wings wide open, and it's just a matter of time until Papadopoulos just pops in.
Yeah. Okay, I found what I was looking for. They're playing like they were still the Boer Republic.
Yeah. Another bull with a turnover there, but Paris is really looking for those crosses into the middle.
Yeah, and also look at the pressing that they're creating here. It's got to create a lot of trouble if they can't, even get around Papadopoulos, who just seems to be harassing everyone out there.
Yeah. And he's really the only one that is, oh, here we go. It's Cortez up the wing, has Hogg beaten at the moment, gets to the line, puts it in, and there it is. It's Papadopoulos off the cross from Cortez, and that is 1-0.
We saw all that pressure, which really just forced that pass out. That meant that Brisky was able to get that header down to Cortez, who took advantage of all of that space on the wing. Got right to the goal line, got across by Camavinga and Papadopoulos, right across the face of goal, tucking it into that bottom left corner. Hall could do nothing about it.
Yeah, and I mean, even as I said, Hall is one of the better goalkeepers in Division Two, and really, he's one of the better keepers in the league. But I mean, it's as I said, he's not getting the most amount of help from his defense, and this formation is not helping with that, given the strengths of Paris.
Yeah, I mean, just the way they're playing so heavily up front, it just feels like Kaapstad have had no real way to escape out to those four attackers so far. That just
Yeah.
might be where they're forced to live, and if this continues up, I'll imagine they
Oh,
see
here we
more.
go. Yep. I was waiting for that. They had been passing it around way too much without any real progress. I was waiting for the interception, and I knew Papadopoulos was going to jump on it, and he has a double 14 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, I said I was expecting to see more, and there you go, see more.
Yeah.
Papadopoulos is found on a through ball after the intercept, I believe, from Alistair, and I mean, it's just a quick run through and then just chips the keeper, puts on a little Naruto run to boot. I mean, the way this is going, I wouldn't be surprised if Papadopoulos puts up 5 by this match.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he just scored at the 13th and the 14th, which is wild.
15th.
Oh, was it okay. Oh, it was the 15th.
Well, maybe the 14th, I'm not too sure. Either way, minute counts are not the way to go about it, and I just feel like when people define them, they just don't feel right. Like, why are we like 13:01 is the 14th minute? What are we doing here? Just put the time of the goal. It's not that hard.
Yeah. Horvat steals from Doug, gets to the line on the far side, in for Malachi Black, over to Bull. Bull shoots, that is high.
Yeah, that one just another body of a wave there, and really just tried to get it around them, and ended up putting it way too high there.
And here's an opportunity for Kapstad. Muller, and that is quickly shut down. Cortez, long through ball for Papadopoulos. If
Might
he's
be off.
offside,
Was not, but a good save.
yes, good save. I thought for sure he was going to be offside there. He must have timed that perfectly.
Yeah, there was
over to
just another central defender there that just put them on.
yeah. Zanetti is hanging out over there. There it is. Zanetti putting in a cross. Doug gets his head to it. In for Muller, back to Cove, over to Hogg, and Hogg will put it to Orange Slices, who plays backwards to Cove. And now over to De Silva, who tackles it away from Zanetti. And Horvat shoots, Orange Slices blocks, Paris recovers. No, they don't.
Yeah, just a fight for it there in midfield right now, but thus far, Kaapstad still having those attacking woes, and this time they haven't even ever put any shots on.
Yeah. And here's Cortez up the wing again. That one bounces off of Hogg, so nothing doing. Now Clark forward to Krustis Jr., and plays way back to Camavinga.
Whenever I play here, I feel like something will just transpire here. Look how much pressure they're putting on.
Yep, and there it is. Horvat to Alistair, through ball from Papadopoulos. Is he going to score? He is. There's the hat trick for Papadopoulos, 39th minute. And I don't think he's done yet.
Yeah, it's exceedingly rare that you see a hat trick within one half, but that time again it was Horvat that just came up, and Alistair again, the through ball there. Hall just had to try and cut off the angle as best he could, but Papadopoulos had so much space to his left side, having everyone beaten. Just basically runs right past him and tucks it home, and he might have a fourth here, but Doug got in the way. Papadopoulos thought there was a foul there, not given. Alistair's drive is wide by the looks.
High, I think. Yeah, either wide or high.
Either one technically. Either one fits with definitions as 3-0. Paris taking this lead. This is incredibly strong work from them, and it's all been Papadopoulos off of his midfield that has been so strong, controlled everything. It's not surprising here. This is pretty much what I would have expected going into this match had I seen the game plans that they had, and
yeah,
I've got nothing much more left to say on this. All I can hope for is that this doesn't end up just getting out of hand and perhaps even going into double digits, because if it does happen, I will leave again.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to get a drink if that happens. But I did notice right before we went into the half that Kaapstad has zeros across the board for corners, fouls, yellows, shots on target, XG, but they have 69% possession.
Opposite of nice.
Yeah. In this case, very much so.
Or some of my friends would say, nicent.
Nicent, yes. I think we're going to have subs here. We do. It's Alessio Calvatore in for halftime orange slices. That might help Kaapstad a little. Orange slices is a rookie. Calvatore, one of the elders of the league.
I do believe Calvatore is signed on an IA, but could be wrong on that.
Believe so. I think he may actually be out on loan from somewhere.
That would also make sense.
Curry just waiting. Zanetti to Horvat, Papadopoulos. And the long shot is grabbed by Hall. If that had gone in, I probably would have just left.
Yeah, to confirm, Calvatore is on loan from Hollywood.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't confident enough to say that.
Yeah.
And now De Silva had an opportunity, but Alistair shuts it down, and it'll be David Doug forward to Calvatore.
But while still signed to an inactive extension, so it counts.
Yeah, it does. Very much so. This here's Bori Barflit forward to Snook. Thought I had to sneeze, and then I didn't. And Cortez on for Bull. Hogg gets there, tackles, and it's a penalty, and Papadopoulos is probably going to have 4.
Yep. Seems like it was a linesman call there rather than a referee call. Definitely had the angle on that. Here's a penalty.
And it's in. Beats him to the right. Hall guessed the right way, but couldn't get over far enough. Then Papadopoulos is cartwheeling.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's not very often, but you get the chance to score 4 goals in a game. Hall really just didn't have the extension to be able to get over there to stop that one. And as a result, he ends up 4-0 ahead thanks to that tackle from Hogg. Really, not much else could be done there, though, had he missed him.
And here's 5. Papadopoulos on the through ball from Cortez. It's not. Hall makes the save. Brisky with the corner. Headed out. Bull back to Brisky, who will probably put in a cross for Alistair, but De Silva will get there first. Now Kaapstad with it. Paris with it. Cortez cross in for Alistair, header on net. Hall holds. Oh no. That looked
Yep.
very risky there.
About to say, is it going to be happening again?
We've seen that too many times. Oh, here it is anyway. Papadopoulos shoot. Oh, wow. That's filthy. Papadopoulos has his fifth, as you predicted.
Well, I mean, what more is there left to say here? Alistair making a great run there to stop him from going out, and then through ball Papadopoulos. And that is not safe for YouTube to be showing.
Yeah, that's I mean, just two really good goals that we've seen so far on the day, even that being one, and one of the ones from Peru. I don't recall who had that one. Snooks up to Brisky, Brisky in the box, cross for Papadopoulos, but Doug gets in the way. Brisky's corner goes out of bounds.
Also, have to give credit to McAllister as well, who has 3 assists.
Yeah,
Very rare you see that in a single game.
yeah. It is very rare, but we have now seen it twice this season in Division Two with Gunnar Kennedy. Ooh, trickery there from Paris. Papadopoulos crossing over for Bull, but Bull let it go, and Cortez took the shot. But yeah, Gunnar Kennedy also has 3 assists in a single game in the first match, actually, of the season for Seoul.
Well, again, it's not an everyday thing.
Yeah, it's very rare, so it's very strange to see it twice in a
Wouldn't
season,
surprise me now
especially
to
so
see
close.
just okay. They have decided to add on 1 minute. I was thinking to myself that they might just not elect to add on here, but with 2 goals, perhaps not surprising. It's Alistair a
Ooh,
drive saved by. Oh no, that was wide. Oh, that took a deflection off of Hall there.
I did as well. He must have put a curl on it.
Must have been some curl. Goodness.
Yeah. Snooks grabs it, and this is the closing moments. I don't expect to see anything here, but you never know. That is through. Hall will fall on it, and that's probably just going to be it. I don't think he's going to want to take any chances. There it is. 5-0, 5 goals for Leonidas Papadopoulos. And yeah, Kaapstad, not their best day at the office. Curry took advantage of what was put in front of them, tactics wise, and they are going to stay very firmly atop the table.
Yeah, kind of unsurprising there. I mean, this is just domination all round. Just felt like Kaapstad could never really get themselves going. I mean, no goals, no corners, no hope.
Yeah,
No, well, I should say no goals, no shots, no corners, no hope, no chance. Rule of
they did
five,
get
not
a
rule of
yellow.
threes. Yeah, but it was 5-0 at that point. I feel like that was more just a frustration yellow than anything else. At least you did
Yeah,
something notable, even if it was negative.
yeah, yeah. That's very true. But that is going to take us to our next match. It's going to be Cairo and Inter London. This also has the potential to get ugly. Not Cairo has a rookie goalkeeper that has been struggling in front of the net so far this season. He has conceded 15 goals, unfortunately, in just 4 matches so far. Inter London have K. Clements leading their goal scoring boards at 3. They have struggled a little bit so far this season, but they've also been unlucky a good bit, and this is probably going to be a match that we want to see, or that they would want to see their strikers really come into their own and start really hammering them home. A good match against Cairo could help boost the confidence of the entire squad, so they will certainly be looking for that.
Absolutely. I mean, it has been something of a different season for Inter London. A few heads departing, but really they've been able to find themselves with a few decent players. Patrick Pjorkas has been solid thus far in his appearances. Does also have a goal to his name, but he's the only other player to have a score, of course. It is a case of a classic frontman like we saw before with K. Clements, or sorry, with Papadopoulos rather, and a similar story with K. Clements. But also, I have to think about Tony Yeboah, who is one of the top three keepers by performances. I mean, we mentioned that Felix Van Noye, the rookie keeper you mentioned for Cairo, is somehow second.
In terms of what?
Match rating.
Ah, well, that would make sense.
Yeah. Both middle of the pack in save percentage, both in the 70s.
Yeah, and Van Neuer he does have a shutout to his name, despite giving up 15 goals, so that means that he actually
Yeah.
averages 5 goals a game outside of that, but, he has had a large number of pretty good saves. He just, has the defense in front of him is still young. I've said it probably every cast so far this season for Division 2, but Cairo is a team that is rebuilding, and they're going to struggle in their first few seasons as that part of the rebuild. That's the unfortunate truth for Cairo fans. They do have that draw. I don't recall who that was against, but they are not going to finish the season with 0 points. It was against Montreal.
Yep.
It was 0-0 against Montreal, actually. So they are not going to finish the season with 0 points. They have at least the one. They'll be looking to pick up another one here if they can. And this should be a very exciting match to watch, as it sounds like we're about to kick off.
Yeah. And one other person that I would like to touch on briefly, as someone that I would be looking forward to. Bud Light Large Box McGurk has been the main distributor, one that we usually wouldn't see from them before, but they do also have that option too, as well as Direct Free Kick, who has been solid in defense. Here we see Cairo running with a 4-2-3-1 with JCGD up front, and into London with the 4-2-3-1 this time. And they've decided to put Jerry up front with Manone, Pinkman, and Clements as as that attacking midfield three.
That was a Tokyo 4-2-3-1 with defensive mids rather than the central mids.
Yep. I mean, if you want to learn from one of the stronger teams, why not pick Tokyo?
Very true. As we have gotten underway, Dexter Manone is out on the pitch for Inter London. He has struggled the last few seasons as Jerry is in the box with an opportunity. Oud shoots, but Van Neuer gets up and tips. Nope, does not tip it. It'll be a goal kick.
We really cannot read these shots today, can we?
No. Oh, thank goodness for the indicator.
Yeah, thank goodness for the spotters in our ear. But also you can see what they say to us at the bottom of your picture.
Yeah, that was a through ball that Jerry wanted to take advantage of, but Van Neuer just blocks and holds. And that is an injury for Felix Arasov, who is going to stay on the pitch for now for Cairo. We'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, it seems like it's a bit of a limp. Should be okay to keep going, but right now Cairo building up to something here. And a great intercept.
And an intercept right back. It's Arasov with an opportunity. And Cairo strikes
Flagged
first.
up.
No, they don't.
We did it again, but it's not Jerry this time.
Oh, Arasov had that was just really well worked by Cairo to hit that counter immediately, but then Arasov was offside by about 3 feet, and that is a 0-0 match. Not for long. Millar long ball for Clements on the right wing, in for Pinkman. And Clements shoots. Van Neuer gets across to make that save. It'll be a corner. The striker taking the corner here. Dives in a lot, back out to Millar, into Jerry, who I think is offside. I
Not
guess
that time.
not.
Not back in time that time around.
And now Cairo on the counter. Van Neuer hoofs it very long. Primetime 99 on the wing for Arisov. Nope, I misread that. Stojakovic. Back to Van Neuer, over to Laurent. And now McFlopface. Recent acquisition after trading away Wesley Staines. And direct free kick will tackle that away.
That's been another of their solid plays in defense. Direct free kick. Probably look to him more often to try and perhaps set up a goal here, but I'll have to wait and see though.
And I believe I see just now as well that Pierre Oud, here's Pinkman to interrupt me, and Pinkman has it in. Assist from Donnarumma, who I was about to make a comment about.
Well, we finally had a goal from Notke Clements. And it ends up being McCann, Walter Pinkman, and it was just quickly worked through the corridor there. Jerry just pulling away Stojakovic forward, which allows Pinkman to get the through ball run. Norm was trying to get back there from his wing back position to cover, but couldn't get there in time. Pinkman slotting it with the left foot, and London taking an early lead here. They might actually look to try and push this even further, given that they know how Cairo can be rattled very easily by giving up these early goals, so we'll have to wait and see here as Clements forward to Jerry now.
Yeah, and they sort of hold it up around the middle of the field. I was about to mention that Donnarumma, I believe, has been playing on that left back position so far this season. As here's Kate Clements in the box, cross in for Pinkman. Misses wide that time, but it would bounce off Van Neuer.
Yeah, Van Neuer didn't need to go that far to cover.
Jerry's corner. Off of the head of Scarpetta, and that is in. Van Neuer can't get across. It's 2-0 London off the corner.
Wow, what a great corner there. We mentioned the just 2 goals in as many minutes. Claudio Scarpetta just got free of Laurent there and just gave a little flick with, I think, of the back of the head and ended up finding the net, no troubles. And wow,
yeah. The back of the head.
What can you expect?
Tankman long ball, Clement shooting, and Van Neuer reads the misdirect. It will be a corner. Jerry
By the way, perhaps worth celebrating. Just double checking here to make sure I have this right. Just hold stations here. That seam is currently working. Yes, that is Claudio Scarpetta's first career goal.
Very nice. Well done on the low knee from Reykjavik. With
this was, I believe, if I'm looking at this right, his 57th or 58th game. Took him a while, but he finally breaks the duck as Jerry shot there, stopped by Van Neuer.
And Jerry with the corner in. Looking for dives in a lot, probably. Not quite. It was somebody. But Van Neuer gets across to make the save.
Pinkman. I love it with somebody.
I think it was Pinkman. And here's Manone. Shoots, but Van Neuer will hold that as well. We get very close to the half here. Final minutes. And there it is. And much like the previous match, we have a whole lot of zeros on the Cairo side, except they do actually have a foul. And they have only 43% possession. London, on the other hand, 12 shots on target, 19 total, 2 XG, 2 goals. They are right about where you would expect them to be.
Yeah, and they've also had the majority of possession, which is a bit of a different story from what we saw in that previous contest. This has been a lot more of a controlled domination here from London, I feel. I'm sure that Cairo will be giving them an absolute spray. It just feels like this team has not been able to get it together as we're quickly into the second half. No changes for either side here.
Cairo looking to attack off rip. That ball was something. from Primetime 99.
He decided to send it to the 99th parallel.
Yeah. Rama with another through ball into Jerry, gets hold of it and has sent it clear to the other side of the field. Don't think he got a foot on that quite as accurately as he wanted to.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that you somehow missed like every part of the net and not only that, but the goal line.
Yeah. Yeah, I was more
That's
impressed that it
impressive.
missed the goal line entirely than because that was a very difficult angle regardless, but that true talent there from Jerry is Manone! A third excellent goal. You can't do anything about that one if you're Van Neuer. That is from the top of the box, a curling shot into the very corner.
It was Clements across that time, just into that center of the park with a lot of bodies, and Manone, what a finish. You can't pick it up and place it better there. Van Neuer is despondent, but you can't do much about it. It's a quick 3-0 lead for London, and well, thus far these 3-0 leads have been insurmountable. One team wasn't able to put more on it, but a couple poured more on, so we'll have to see. Maybe this ends up being the midpoint and we'll just see 4.
That would not surprise me. It would. I am interested now that you've said that. How many teams have been down at 3-0 and come back to either win or draw? I'd imagine it's very low. We'll have our statistics department look into that at some point.
Yeah, that one might take a while, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be not a penalty. Very surprisingly. And, ooh, Pinkman nearly picked up another, but Van Neuer gets his hands on it.
That was off a post as well. I think he might have touched it onto there.
Now Jerry just bounces it off of Laurent. Manone out to Oud. Cross in for Clements. Heads in. Van Neuer picks it up. London is very rapidly approaching that 30-shot mark.
Yeah, but not a lot of them have been on target thus far this second half. Only the 2 shots on target, one of which did, of course, result in that goal thanks to Manone, so still have a fair bit to build upon here.
Yeah. Yeah, and here's Cairo with an opportunity. It's going to be Normus back for prime time, in for Jean-Claude, and Yeboah parries. Great move by Cairo, but shot it directly at the keeper. Kind of difficult to score if there is an object in the way before you even shoot. Adamu will pick it up, and that will be that. Clements forward for Jerry, but it will be Cairo with it. Over to Arasov, and it'll be on for Jean-Claude. Shoots from distance. Yeboah makes the save. What a shot that was.
Yeah, had a lot of danger to it, but probably could have narrowed his angle a bit more there just to try and come in and try and make a better stop, or a better shot rather. But, just decided to try one from way out there to try and beat Yeboah, but he was up to task there and got himself over to make that save, and we just want to keep the clean sheet for London there.
Yeah. Yeah, the second shot on goal for Cairo. Second shot overall, I believe. Here's London working it back up. Here's Oud, who wanted to get it onto Jerry, but was a bit ambitious, and Van Neuer will collect and redistribute. Clements in for free kick. Pinkman back to Millar. That's a chip to Clements. Shoots, and Van Neuer stops. And it will be a corner. I thought he may have been offside there, but he was not. Puts it in, and it's over. Scarpetta to Millar. It'll be Jerry over to Clements, back to Rumaford for Jerry again. Jerry shoots a long shot, but Van Neuer has to fall over. It will be a corner. Van Neuer probably could have held that, but And a good save by Van Neuer there to hold on to that one. That was header with passion from Oud.
Yeah, they're still trying to put as much pressure as they can on here, but still incredibly difficult. Neuer again just holding himself up, showing why he is one of the higher rated keepers, but that is basically due to what has felt like this paper thin defense that Cairo just allowed so many shots on goal.
Yeah. Yeah, Cairo has they struggled more than they wanted to, certainly, but they've also been scoring goals on offense, so they are not in this match so far, but they have had good opportunities that we've seen. They do tend to, here's Clements with a long shot that misses high and wide, I believe. And that's the match. 3-0. London will be the final. Makes me wonder if we will see another 5-0 in our final match. But yeah, it's Van Neuer again with an excellent match rating. If you face 17 shots and only 3 go in, I think that's a pretty good ratio. You'd obviously prefer to not give up any, but 3 out of 17 is still perfectly respectable.
Yeah, he put up a match rating that I believe is actually above what his standard was. He had a 7.1, I believe, going into this, and he's put up a 7.5. Just again, just no real support from his team there. He really took advantage of Laurent and Laudrup. And well, save it's so much green.
Yeah. That is
The forest. I
yeah,
really had something better, I thought there, but no.
I don't know if I've ever seen every single player on the pitch over a 7.3. Even when you
I
see those 12 threes or whatever, there's usually one defender that is allowing in those 3.
I was thinking that didn't we see Paddy have that exact same thing? But I will need to double check on that one.
Even I think when in the cup
Bull only had a
match,
6.7.
yeah, I think in the cup match when Cairo and Romana played, it was Jeremiah on Romana that had a 6.9, I think.
Yeah, and it was all green for Seoul, but lowest on that was Aloisi with 7. Even though they had a goal. Uh,
That is very
We've
low for
seen
having a
two
goal.
absolutely team dominant 3-0 wins, and the one that wasn't technically team dominant was a 5-0 win. So, what will
Yeah.
the story be for this last match of Red Star Lao versus, this is my first time pronouncing this, Schwarzwälder Fußball?
Yes, I have not attempted that latter portion, but that is
I'm pretty sure I didn't get the full thing. I think it's Fußballverein.
I beg pardon?
I think the latter part is Fußballverein because technically I'm just saying that they are Black Forest Football and not Black Forest Football Club.
Ah, I'm not sure. I just bounce back and forth between Schwarzwälder and Black Forest, which I'm sure I'm butchering that, but
As close as you're gonna get.
yeah. As we get underway, it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 from Red Star.
Verein, apparently, according to my text to speech engine. And it's a 5-2-1-2 by the looks of it for Schwarzwälder. Electing with Taco Cat and Tamana Whittington on those wings. Try and control any crosses in from that 4-2-3-1 of Lao.
Yeah, I do worry about the 3 central defenders as we just saw against Cairo, but if they do have those 2 wingbacks on the edge, they at least will be able to have some kind of defensive maneuverability, so that should be okay. Of course, it always ends up to be what the players do on the pitch rather than the formation itself that decides matches. Oh, that was very dangerous. Schwarzwälder nearly got a goal out of a potential misplay by Red Star, but it was not to be, as here's Olaf Sides onto Hunter Jones. Jones cross in. Chicken can't get to it. Freddie with the block, and it'll be a corner less than a minute in. Checker puts it in, and Jones will chase it down. Changshan with a errant pass, and Farah will pick it up and be pushed over by Hunter Jones. I hadn't said it yet because I was going to wait until we saw a yellow, but Red Star is not afraid to play physically, and they are not afraid to show that. A lot of yellow cards they tend to pick up. And I'm a bit surprised that there wasn't one, and that's a header that's over the bar from Gintonic. Nothing doing from that free kick. And now Red Star will reset. Checker in for Jones, back out, up for Jones again. Jones cross, and Freddie again with a block on what would probably have been a gimme goal from Furious Chicken. And Taco Cat blocks that one.
Yeah, really good thus far from the Black Forest defenders, getting their bodies in the way of everything. And just saw there, Santo Freddy made a great stop. Ataka Cat as well, making sure the keeper didn't have to dive out, even though they did. And this was like Laos putting up the immense pressure here as another save there by Sanat Sastral.
Yeah, that was a. I mean, it was a heck of a shot by Jones. I don't really think it ever had the best chance of going in, but good athleticism to put it on target. And here's Black Forest on the attack. It's Gintonic forward from Berbatov. He will get there, but Claire Norris is pacing him. Plays a 1-2. And taken away by De Bernia on loan from Catalonia. Now Chicken has a dribble, getting past Whittington, looking to get Tato. Instead plays it back to Dominic Wilk, who I believe is also on loan from... Is it Wilk?
Yes, Wilk, Polish.
Wilk also on loan from Catalonia. And now it's Jones over for Checker in the box. Back for Changshan, cross in. Chicken wants it, but again, Chicken is just being shut down by the Red Star defender, or by the Black Forest defenders. Jones, long shot. Sarin Santral gets a hand to it, puts it over. Corner from Checker is on target from Changshan, but it will be saved. Red Star with a lot of very good opportunities thus far, just not quite able to finish them thanks to the last-ditch defense of Schwarzwälder. Chicken for sides, back out to Chicken. In the box, has three right there, and there it is. It's all offsides. Beating Sarin Santral across the face of the net. Furious Chicken finally getting to get his input.
Yeah, there's a quick workaway here. It's just Furious Chicken who just gets leaking out to that left edge. And it's a nice little grounded cross. Sarin Sastral couldn't get the legs out in time to block the cross, and because of that, caught out of position, all offsides, had the open right side of the net and took advantage of it.
That is, I believe, a deserved goal for Red Star after all they've been throwing at the net so far. Chicken has a nut. No, it's Tato. Off of the corner, Tato, the low knee in from Reykjavik United, has scored. How did this even happen? Off of shanking her into the foot of Tato. Cat didn't have the ability to squeeze. It's a very quick 2-0.
Yeah, it was just a quick work off the corner there, and you pretty much describe the play in perfect detail there. It's great work, but it's great positioning as well there for Pat Tato, just to make sure that they're leaking out to try and cover off any kind of potential rebounds or deflections that end up giving them an opportunity. And there it was. Just sat right up there for them and was quickly converted.
Here's an opportunity for Black Forest. Handers, no, Williams. Williams gets a foot out and blocks that. That would have been a freebie. Dion's corner is out. Gintonic quickly reattacking. Gets knocked down in the box. Vilk does not give up the penalty. Dangerous tackle. Tucker onto Berbatov. Berbatov, long shot. Kenders is able to get over and hold. And Black Forest on the attack yet again. Waiting for something to open. Cat with an athletic pass to Berbatov. Onto Berbatov again, but Norris has picked up a yellow and gets there first. That was scary.
And they're just threatening here, Schwarzwälder, but right now they're still down 2-0 and really just need to look for something more. Perhaps Region Tonic is now a chance. Wow, and that one was just wide there, I believe, from Debernia.
Yeah, just outside. I mean, they've done quite well with just setting up those across the face of the net goals. That is the weakness of most keepers. And Lau are doing a good job so far of taking that to their advantage. Checker on for Tato, but Sarge Central comes out for it. And Red Star will not quite get that. That'll be Black Forest on the counter. Tucker into Gin Tonic, but Changshan with the tackle will turn that into a counter for Red Star. Jones picks it up. Llewellyn covering. Oh, that was... poor turnover turned into an attempted shot that bounced off of somebody right in front of the net. And that header is high from Tato. And that will be the half. 2-0 Red Star. I believe that is 9 shots on target, 18 total, and a 3 XG. Red Star have just been throwing themselves at the net.
Yeah, this has been a wild affair so far. It's been Lav. I feel like they've been the dominant one, but even with that, it does feel like Schwarzwälder are just creating a few more quality chances. But we haven't really seen from sides that have been down at the halftime, so they might be able to perhaps find something more. Still have to wait and see, but of course we did mention before all the 3-0 leads up in Pervia, so if they can make it 2-1 here early, but that's a good header away by Williams to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, Schwarzwälder has, they are typically a slow burn team from what we've seen so far this season, but on the other hand, Red Star is not typically a get out and go team. As we've seen this year's Gin Tonic with an opportunity, and Kanders makes that save. It'll be a corner, though. Dion puts it in, and it goes out for Gin Tonic again. And he bounces it off of sides for a throw. Here's Tato with another opportunity. What happened there?
I think Llewellyn took out Tato there. And that's why they've awarded a penalty. Sansatra dove on it, and perhaps that's why they've called one here. And Hunter Jones puts that one through. Sadan Sarswell sent the wrong way. And well, we mentioned the impervious 3-0 lead. Schwarzwälder has been struck by a smooth penalty there. Hunter Jones, no trouble. That big side of the boot, no problems.
I think you're right about Llewellyn there. It's just 3 of 4 people going for the ball at once. It's difficult to tell exactly what happens. Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, that's a big old penalty as well. They got stuck in there that time, and Kevin Debernia brings down Zinedine Gin Tonic. Another chance here.
And it's up the middle and in. Kanders went left. Gin Tonic picks up his first of the season. And now we're basically the same place we were 3 minutes ago.
Yeah. Penalties cancel each other out pretty much, but I mean, we do actually have a non-clean sheet game.
Yeah,
it's not completely one-sided.
Well, here's Tato. That is Sarah Santral who gets across the block. It'll be a corner for Red Star. I thought that was going to be 4 immediately after you said that. Checkers cross, or excuse me, corner goes nowhere. And now Schwarzwälder, you got to wonder if those canceling out penalties gives them a little bit of hope. And here's Jentonic. Kanders gets there. It's dangerous work, but it'll end up Vilk with it. Now clear to the opposite end. It's Red Star on the attack with Checker giving up possession. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Red Star. Oh, Schwarzwälder. What?
That's D2 soccer, baby.
That's I don't know which team made the worst mistake there. Oh, Sarah Seinfeld with a great goal, or not goal. Good grief.
We're losing our
Great
minds here.
save.
Everything is just. This is like the twilight zone of the SSL.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. I mean, that Tato had 2 opportunities and didn't get either of them after a sloppy turnover. You usually only get 1. To not even hit the second is. Berbatov is quite wide.
Hey, don't talk about him like that. Berbatov now trying to work it forward here for Tucker, excuse me. Might be a chance here. A lot of space.
Yeah, Gintonic had all the space in the world, but now he's going to get it back out to Cat. He's going to put it in for Zerhuni, and then it's going to be cleared by Williams. Not completely over. Schenkinger and Llewellyn do have it. Up for Zerhuni, over to Cat. Back for Llewellyn again.
Now have a look at through ball.
Berbatov for Whittington. In for Gintonic. And Gintonic fools Kanders. It's 3-2 with 20 minutes left. We have a game.
Wow. I was thinking through ball, but I was thinking if we're just going to go directly through here for Gintonic or Tucker there to try and take advantage of Williams being overloaded. But instead they flick over to Whittington. Vilk's not there to cover. And Gintonic perfectly in the space there. And a beautiful shot there to tuck it inside that left post. Kanders just completely caught flat-footed and beaten. And suddenly this is a 1-goal game. And Schwarzwälder for Spalverein are rallying. And a chance there, but was offside. Tato looked to threaten again.
Yeah, and it's 3-2, but the XG tells a completely different story. Shockingly different, almost, as there's a shot from sides that doesn't hit the back of the net. DeBernia in the box, cross in, headed out, and now it's Gintonic again.
He might just go.
I thought he would until Chicken got a hold of it there. Now Jones on the cat. Nope. Zerhuni up to Berbatov. Gintonic streaking for the middle. Through ball onto him. Shoots. And it's in. It's a hat trick for Gintonic. And with 10 minutes left, we're at 3-all.
A natty hattie for Zinedine Gintonic after having no goals all season. Zerhuni takes advantage of a Hunter Jones aggressive dribble. Got it forward to Berbatov, who completely beat Changshan there. Tucker there running with Gintonic. It's to the leftmost target there of Zinedine Gintonic. He ends up slotting it home, and suddenly the game is all tied up.
And with only a few minutes left, this is going to be an incredible finish. Neither of these teams look as though they're ready to be done scoring. Red Star for in. Doesn't get anywhere. And now Checker on a yellow. Crosses in and headed out by Schenkinger. Tucker recovers up to Gintonic.
So far forward. Berbatov might go.
Berbatov is going to shoot, and it's in! Schwarzwälder with a dramatic comeback.
3 goals, 15 minutes. AJ Williams plays so aggressively here. It's only Norris and Berbatov, and Norris is on the turnaround. Berbatov is just streaking upfield like they just scored 4 verticals and just gets all of the space. Dalton Kerner's left in the dry and had no way to stop that one. They've somehow rallied back. What is going on?
Oh, oh, I
Oh,
thought that was
silence
going to be in.
Artral. Furious Chicken nearly got it right back to 4 apiece.
They do have the corner put in by Checker, headed out, but Sides does recover. Over to Jones. At the corner of the box, Changshan tries to dribble around for the cross, doesn't get there, tackles Zerhuni. And now Black Forest wants to make it 5-3 and put it truly out of reach. And Tucker just dribbles the ball out. I
Yeah, just
don't
too
know
much
what that
pressure
was.
there from Vilko, but I just wanted more territory. No, they were exhausted. 4 minutes being added on here. I was going to say, there might be plenty of added time thanks to the 5 goals and the 3 yellow cards that we've had thus far in this half.
And the 2 penalties as well. It's been absolute
Well, yeah,
chaos
two,
here.
2 of those goals were penalties, yes.
Yeah. Checker in for Changshan. Zerhuni gets it. That's not a penalty.
Yeah, one very clearly. Tucker might go.
Tucker has an opportunity, sir. Or no, Canders makes the save. Williams clears, but it is a corner.
Yeah, just barely on the inside of that corner post.
Dion puts it in, headed out. And it will be Red Star. It's Tato that picks it up. He's going to dribble out wide and wait for his team to meet. Back for Changshan, in for Checker. Sides wide, but that is too long. Starting Central for Llewellyn. Cat now. Berbatov has the opportunity to run, but lays off at the wrong second, and Norris will clear it back to the keeper. This is dangerous. There we go. And now here's Tucker. Vilk with the tackle. Berbatov back for Tucker again, and it's 5!
I have no idea how Tucker remained on side in that one, because I thought after that tackle, that little takeaway here, we'll see it again. Tucker had it taken away here by Vilk. It might be Checker on the far side. It is. Checker put him on. Tucker slotted it home. He had all the room.
And that is the dagger on. What a match. Opportunity to make it 6 here from Dion. Nothing doing. It'll roll out. That's probably going to be it.
Yeah, Schwarzwälder throw in. Not a chance to get anything more. Schwarzwälder Fußballverein with a 5-3 victory after being 3-0 down. You said, well, I can tell you now, teams that have come back from a 3-0 down is at least one.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. And wow, that is. I mean, these scores, looking at the XG, they should be reversed. 495 to 305.
Now that's what I call X-Cope.
Yeah. XG is very rarely accurately predicts the outcome of a match, especially in this one, as we see a 10.0 from Gin Tonic and very nearly from Berbatov with that 9.9. It is the final 20 minutes of that match. Schwarzwälder comes back from being down 2 and wins by 2. And AJ Williams with that frustration yellow there at the very end. What an absolute barn burner to end that match there.
Unreal. I'm lost for words.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best games that I have seen in this league. Just in terms of pure excitement.
Yeah, I mean, we were thinking to ourselves, well, at least I was thinking to myself, oh boy, another 3-0 win, and we're just going to run away with it. And Schwarzwälder rallies to come right back and not only win, but to win by 2 is incredible. And it will also mean that they will make a jump in the standings, we'll look at very shortly here.
Yeah, I believe that they will clear Yes, they do clear Montreal thanks to that. Still 2 games out of the promotion zone, but not even halfway through the season. A lot can happen, and, if that last match is anything to indicate, Schwarzwälder is not going to lie down and not fight.
Yeah, and they're definitely within striking distance. 4 points away from that promotion spot with 9 games to play, but still into London to try and fend them off. Seoul as well. AS Paddy still undefeated thus far, and I feel like they're finally starting to put it together to where they might be able to make a run into Division One, but they'll have to wait and see on that. I mean, we've seen it happen so often where it just feels like they're ready to make that move up, but perhaps this might be it, given that they've just been so entirely dominant.
Yeah, and Paris really was very unfortunate not to go up last season. They had, the 2 teams that came down were, I believe it was Cairo and Paris, and then that went up the next season, it was Reykjavik and Romana, neither of the 2 teams, which is the first time that's happened. And now Seoul, London, both coming down last season, they're sitting 2nd and 3rd. Paris is, looking to avenge that, unfortunate final game loss that kept them from going up last season, sitting in 1st place. Now Schwarzwälder has overtaken Montreal, who is struggling mightily to score. And from the looks of it, Schwarzwälder has, I mean, until Montreal can score, they really don't have much of a shot at the promotion race. And the unfortunate truth of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of going to be one of their stories. Montreal's offensive woes, Schwarzwald's insane comeback. Can Inter London Seoul rebound? Can AS Paddy finally make it back? And after Red Star, Kaapstad and Paddy took, Kaapstad and Cairo, took rather wild losses on all 3 counts. I have to wonder what they'll be able to do to try and salvage what's left of their season.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 matches in, some very exciting match days today. We'll be back for match day 6 on Saturday evening, I believe, for Division 2. Division 1 match day 6 will be tomorrow at 3. Match day 6 for Division 2 should be tomorrow at 7. But it has been a great match day, great match to finish us off. I've been Laser. I've been joined by.
Doc, thank you so much for having us, for all of the Simulation Soccer League staff, and for everyone at home that's been watching along. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.